I'm Sam, and I am a mom, or used to be a mom. I have been through the child welfare system from beginning to end, and here I am 3 years later after the termination of my parental rights, and I can honestly say that I am here because this path chose me. I didn't choose this path. 3 years ago, God placed it on my heart to share my story, and so I have. And now I'm here on YouTube spreading awareness about our nation's child welfare system, which is a really important topic because it's about children. The children are the victims, and the children are the ones that we have to protect and keep safe. And so I'm here to spread some awareness and speak some truth about things that are going on, things you may be aware of, may not be aware of, or clear up misunderstandings, really, because there's a lot of misconceptions about CPS, Child Protective Services. There are so many topics, dynamics, jargon involved in the child welfare world. I know a lot of you aren't familiar with things that are like a second language to me, or first, really. There's lots of words that I use because of my lived experience, and I'm going to be careful with that on this channel because when I say things like reasonable efforts, due process, compliance, permanency planning, TPR, shelter hearing, if you've never been through it, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Um, and so I'm on this channel, I'm going to be very careful with the language I use because I want everyone to obviously know what I'm talking about and understand what I'm saying and how it pertains to any parents and any family. And I have just a lot of information to share. I hope you subscribe to this channel. You may be thinking that it'll never happen to you. You may be thinking that it only happens to bad parents who abuse or neglect their kids. I once thought the very same thing, and I was wrong. Good parents are losing their children. Safe parents are losing their parental rights. Um, Kids are being put into foster care instead of with willing relatives. There are incentives for adoption that have created a fast track, so to say, to having kids be taken from their families and put up for adoption instead of reunification. So it's a lot going on, and I don't want to trauma dump. I don't want to overwhelm anyone. I want to stick to the basics and only speak truth that I know from my lived experience. And I guess I have two goals in spreading awareness. My first goal is for the harsh judgment that society has for any parent who has been involved with CPS. There are an astounding number of people in this country who have been impacted by CPS. I mean, like tens of millions. Yet the narrative stays the same. If you're involved with CPS, you abused or neglected your children. Like, that hasn't budged. Yet so many people have been affected by our child welfare system, and that just doesn't quite make sense. And what it's done, I feel like, is for the parents who are good parents and did get caught up in the system, whether it be through false allegations or medical neglect. What it's done is the harsh judgment causes even the good parents, isolation, shame, blame, guilt. And those are very heavy and negative realities for people. And I would like to see a society where we don't judge, or at least not right away, and where we don't have that shunning of parents, and not doing so by being a more compassionate, informed society in regards to child welfare. I think that it will enhance, allow parents, the good ones, permission to heal. And I believe I deserve to heal. I believe every other parent affected by this system who was a good parent deserves to heal. And I think that that's really important because our children need the healed us. Everything I say, every breath I take, my intentions, my number one purpose, my number one goal is always the children. So yes, I'm on a healing journey. And no, I wasn't perfect. I had things to be accountable for, and that was very hard. Did I deserve to lose my children and sit here today and not even know where they are, or who they're with, or how they're doing? No, I didn't. My second purpose for spreading awareness is to create change. Something's got to give. I believe if more people know about the injustices and the things going on, that it will create an uproar enough, or in the sense of legislative change. Because like I said, the children are the victims. The children are the ones suffering in this system, and we can do better. I know for certain we can do better in regards to child welfare and families and foster care, and maybe incentives for things like reunification instead of adoption. So this is my welcome video. Subscribe so I can spread awareness to more people. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. If you have been a victim of CPS, I would love to hear from you in the comments. And just so you know, in the comments, that this channel isn't to debate whatsoever. I'm not here to argue, debate, be called a liar, or that I don't know, or that I'm wrong, because it's a lived experience for me. I know what I'm talking about. And if I were to come on social media and lie, I surely would come up with a better one than this. So, not here to debate. I'm here to answer questions and create a space for you. If you have a story that aligns with what I'm saying about the truths of CPS, check out the description. There's some pretty good information there, and hopefully I'll see you next time.